Okay, so everybody that is subscribed to my channel, that is based off my channel when it comes to the videos that I always make, this is going to be a class project video. I do these a lot, usually most of the times. You guys are used to it. Hi class, you're about to watch my project I made for the ISU. I can't remember the full name of it, but yeah. Everybody in my class, you probably don't know this, I'm a YouTuber. I have 28K subs, 28,000 subscribers. So everybody that's in the class that hasn't subbed, you know, pick up your phone right now, but make sure the teacher doesn't see. So be low key with it. Like put your phone down here and be like, search up Blast Furnace HD and subscribe to him. Okay? I'll put my channel link in the description. I'll put my channel on the screen. And for my subscribers that are already subbed, this is a class project, so before you go in the comments and be like, where's the Fortnite vids? Just relax, okay? It's for my class. Anyway, enjoy the video for my class and my subs. Drop a like if you haven't already, and yeah, enjoy. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, if I do this whole thing, if I do this presentation, and I actually don't get like a 90 or an 80, I'm gonna get pissed. Oh, hey guys, this just in. We're going to be talking about the Fort McMurray wildfire. Okay, so the main things we're going to go across when it comes to the Fort McMurray wildfire is we're going to talk about the environmental effects on the fire. We're going to talk about the wildlife effect when it comes to the environmental effect on the wildfire. We're going to talk about the pollution aspect of the wildfire. We're going to talk about the economical and social impacts of this wildfire. We're also going to talk about the nature of the disaster. We're going to talk about the aid of the wildfire. And also, we will be showing you guys footage of this wildfire live. So we're going to have people, you know, during this wildfire, we're going to get our cameraman, I like to call him Johnny, but his real name is John. My man Johnny, bro, if you're watching this, you're awesome. Okay, so we're going to start off with the environmental effects on the Fort McMurray wildfire. Fort McMurray is surrounded by peatlands and boreal forests of aspen and spruce. Though normally very wet, Fort McMurray is relatively dry and hot in the summers. And its weather is becoming more extreme because of climate change. You guys know what climate change is, okay? You've heard it a lot in school, you've heard it a lot on the news, you know, climate change, hot. It's very hot. With a low moisture content and high volume of resin, for defense against diseases, stems of trees in boreal forests are highly flammable. When it comes to wildlife with the Fort McMurray wildfire, the Fort McMurray wildfire affected the environment in many different ways, okay? And wildlife was a huge impact when it comes to the wildfire. Not only did the wildfire destroy lots of people's homes, but it also destroyed about 500 species habitats. So, you know, your squirrels, your raccoons, your chipmunks, they're done, okay? They're done. Everything got burned, okay? They have nothing to live in, and they're homeless. They're now homeless squirrels living around, they're homeless. The wildfire also left those species in danger. Now we're gonna come across the pollution aspect of this wildfire. So when we talk about the pollution, we are going to be talking about the air, you know, everything that we breathe, you know, the pollution. The explosive burning brought lots of pollution into Fort McMurray. The large amount of CO2 released by the burning increase in greenhouse effect in Fort McMurray area, the burning of cars, factories, buildings brought hundreds of mercury, many other heavy metal and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon which fell on the tree branches and soil. Because contaminants made the air toxic, humans and animals had to breathe thousands of small toxic particles into their lungs. So after you guys got to hear all those big words that I just said, because those were where is it? Hydrocarbons, aromatic, polycyclic, okay? Basically, let's just cut this down to the main basics. When it comes to pollution, okay, the air has a lot of toxic chemicals, and when you breathe it, you'll die, okay? It's not good to... when you breathe this in, guys, you'll be in a coffin like you don't want to breathe it, okay? It's not good for you. Now we're going to go across the economic and social impact of the Fort McMurray wildfire. As people know, the development of the oil sand industry in Alberta has promoted the economy of Alberta and Canada over decades. The oil sand production industry in Alberta created hundreds of employment opportunities and contributes millions of tax revenue for the local and federal government. The Fort McMurray wildfire drops the overall GDP of Alberta to a negative value in the year of 2016. Its economic impact on the national overall GDP is not noticeable. Shutting down all the oil sand productions actually slowed or even stopped the major economic activity of the oil production industry in Alberta. According to the statistics and the report of economic impact of the Fort McMurray wildfire, 1.2 million barrels of oil. This huge amount of oil loss was translated to direct money loss, equaling roughly 985 million real GDP and 0.33% of Alberta's GDP in 2016. For those who got lost in the sauce of all the information I just told you, basically, they're broke, okay? They're broke, okay? They have huge oil sands, one of the biggest oil sand productions in Canada, okay? Like, all of our oil basically comes from this place, and it all burnt down. Nature of the disaster. The fire was first spotted by a helicopter forestry crew in a remote area 15 kilometers from Fort McMurray on May 1st, 2016. And they reported it. An official cause of the fire has not been determined to date, but it was suspected to be human caused. A great thing to know about this disaster is that no one was killed in the wildfire, only 2 were injured. So guys, just think of it, okay? This huge wildfire, okay, in Fort McMurray, no one died. Like no one was in the coffin, like no one died, okay? 2 were injured. Only 2. Can you count to 2? 1, 2. That's like nothing. Now we're going to be talking about the last thing with this whole Fort McMurray wildfire report video. And basically, it's going to be the aid aspect of the Fort McMurray wildfire. Aid for evacuates was provided by the various government and via donations through the Canadian Red Cross and other local national charitable organizations. Over 90,000 people were evacuated from Fort McMurray, okay? So 90,000 of you, okay? 90,000 that were in this fire, 90,000 running people in this fire were evacuated, okay? 90,000 of you, okay? Don't get me wrong, in this fire, a lot of you were probably recording it, a lot of you were probably running, you were probably like, anyway, now that we got all that information out of the way, now we're going to talk about the videos. So yeah, now that we got all the information out of the way when it comes to the Fort McMurray wildfire, now all I got to end this video off for you guys is to see live videos of people that took it while they were there. So basically, people tend to see a lot good when it comes to these natural disasters, and they tend to take their phone out and record it. So we're going to show you all the viral videos that went all over the internet on your Instagrams, your Snapchats, your Facebooks, your Tumblrs, YouTube. Look, I can't think of any more, but basically we're going to show you all these live videos that were made during the Fort McMurray wildfire, and yeah, I'm going to end it off with those videos. So, thank you guys so much for watching channel 359. This has been your boy, and we'll see you guys in the next news report.